First of all, North Texas Brothers for Christ, just for some of you new guys that haven't been around in R&D for a while, we've had this conference now. We've had a conference for 5 years that this organization has put together. The group came together from St. Gabriel's and McKinney, from Prince of Peace and Plano, and some other parishes over in Dallas. It really was an offshoot from Chirp and from Acts retreats, because these guys went through Chirp and Acts, and they wanted to continue that journey. They wanted to keep going, and they thought, you know what, we really didn't have a men's conference per se in Dallas-Fort Worth, and so they started it 5 years ago, and they've done a fantastic job of doing this. It's more than a conference, though. It's more of a focus that men need constant fellowship. You know, men on their own is not a good thing. Satan wants you by yourself. Right? So having a fellowship, and even a bigger fellowship, you know, in Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's a lot of Catholic men that need this type of organization, and that's the real purpose of it, is to keep the fellowship alive. It's to sponsor programs like R&D, and you know, most of these parishes that are involved have Saturday morning programs or Wednesday morning or whatever the case may be. But so anyway, a couple of years ago I got involved, as well as Ralph and some others that are in red shirts here that got involved with this, and it's just a very very enlightening thing that we're able to do. I mean, I guess it's a privilege to be able to do it, and so we're just excited. We got a really good early start this year on the conference, which is great. Some miracles happen along the way. We got a great place, a great venue to do the conference this year at St. Francis and Grapevine. And so with that, I'm going to show a quick video, and then we'll just talk about what's going to happen. Jim's going to say something.
So this video is just it kind of is a jumbling of components from Benny Flynn, Wade Menezes, and Jared Zimmerer. So it's not really thrown together in a format to make any sense. It's just kind of wet your whistle.
Hi, my name is Rick Self with the Men's Lay Ministry, North Texas Catholic Brothers for Christ. We are an organization that helps motivate men to build the body of Christ by uniting as brothers, living the gospel values in all areas of our lives, and facilitating faith-building programs in our community.
We have a great lineup of speakers this year. We have Father Wade Menezes, a Father of Mercy, missionary preacher, retreat master, and a regular on EWTN radio and television. We have the Bishop of Fort Worth, Bishop Michael Olson. We will also have praise and worship led by Curtis Stephen, a nationally known Catholic recording artist.
So we're here with Vinnie Flynn at the Catholic Marketing Network. Mr. Flynn, I have to tell you, my mom, your 7 Secrets of the Eucharist book, she has a stack that we keep in our house, and as people come in and out, she just hands it out. She's probably your single biggest promoter of that book. She loves it.
I found that a lot of people are like me, that they weren't really taught about communion. Like the new book, too, on confession, 7 Secrets of Confession. A lot of us weren't really taught about confession, what it really is. So there's distortions that we have about these sacraments, and we don't understand that these two sacraments are the way that God makes us holy. That the whole purpose of God didn't just create us. We're not just formed. As Pope John Paul says, God isn't just a creator, He's a father. He fathered us from His heart.
Hello friends, I'm Father Wade Menezes of the Fathers of Mercy. Welcome to the crux of the matter. When we speak of the three theological virtues of faith, hope, and charity, we mean those supernaturally infused good habits which have God as their origin, motive, and object. They inform the moral virtues and give them life, thereby disposing Christians to live in a relationship with the Most Holy Trinity. The Church obtains her teaching on the three theological virtues from chapter 13 of St. Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, when he states, "So, faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love." According to the Church's teaching, Faith is a theological virtue by which we believe in God and believe all that He has said and revealed to us, along with all that the Church, founded by Jesus Christ, proposes for our belief, because God is truth. Hope is a theological virtue by which we desire the kingdom of heaven and eternal life as our happiness, placing our trust in Christ's promises and relying not on our own strength, but on the help of the grace of the Holy Spirit. And charity is a theological virtue by which we love God above all things for His own sake, and our neighbor as ourselves for the love of God. The theological virtues are always conferred together with sanctifying grace. For example, by one making a good, holy, and worthily received sacrament of confession. They are the foundation of Christian moral activity as they animate it and give it special character, and they are infused by God into the souls of the faithful to make them capable of acting as His children and of meriting eternal life.
So one of my favorite quotes in the Bible is whenever Christ turns to Peter and says, "But who do you say that I am?" And Peter, of course, answers, "You're the living Christ, you're the Messiah of God, you're the answer that the Jews have been looking for all of this time." So in all reality, I think that's the first and foremost, most important question that we could ever ask ourselves is who Jesus Christ is. But I think the second most important question you have to ask yourself is, who do I say that I am? And when you answer that question, it can't be this therapeutic answer. It can't be this emotional answer. It has to be rational, and it has to be something that we truly dive deeply into our own beliefs.
Hi, this is Jared Zimmer, author of a book called Man Up, Becoming the New Catholic Renaissance Man, and also the director of Adult Catechesis and Evangelization here at St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. I wanted to send a quick invite to all the men of the diocese in the area to be sure to put the North Texas Catholic Men's Conference on your calendar. I'll be there as one of the speakers. I'll actually be speaking on virtue and some really tangible, visceral ways in which we can grow in virtue as men by incorporating the body into your spirituality. So I encourage all of you men to come. It'll be a great time, and be sure to bring and invite all the other men that you know. God bless. We will also have Eucharistic adoration. We will pray the Rosary together. We will have reconciliation and celebrate the Holy Mass. For those of you who experienced this conference in the past, we're asking you to recruit one or two others to the conference. We have a special buddy pricing this year. So go now and register at our website at ntxcmc.org. That's ntxcmc.org. I look forward to seeing you at this year's conference. May God bless you and your family.
So that's a little bit about the conference and the speakers. But before I get into all that detail, I'm going to talk about just something I read about the new evangelization. Who's heard of the new evangelization, right? So what does that mean to us as Catholics? So a Bible verse that goes with that is, "It is like a mustard seed that when it's sown in the ground is the smallest of all seeds on the earth. But once it is sown, it springs up and becomes the largest of plants and puts forth large branches so that the birds of the sky can dwell in its shade." So that's kind of the thought around new evangelization. As Catholics, I know when I was growing up, I wasn't told to go out and evangelize. I wasn't told to be a missionary disciple, right? But that's what we're called to do. I mean, that's why the church has had some issues, is because we haven't, the laity have not gone out. We've relied solely on our priests and our religious life to go spread the gospel. It can't just be them. It's got to be us. So that's what this group's all about, the North Texas Catholic Brothers for Christ. It's for us to go spread the gospel. And as normal, everyday laity to do that. Believe me, I have no expertise in the Catholic faith. But I have, the passion to go out and share the gospel as much as I can. My job is to learn the gospel. It's to be around other guys and develop my faith. So that's what this is all about. So this year's conference is April 23rd. So I want everyone to put that on your calendar right now. In fact, I want you to sign up today if you can. But April 23rd is when it is. We're giving you 6 months notice here. So, I know how guys are. They're going to wait till the last minute. But get it signed up. So the reason you need to get signed up now is because before December 31st, if you sign up, 2 people can sign up for $49. So that's less than $25 a piece. You go in, that's what that buddy pricing system is.
But I got to have the guy picked out and nailed down, huh?
No, you can put anybody's name in there you want and then change it if you need to.
Oh, wow. So I can save somebody some money.
That's right. So go in today. We'll show you how to do that. Actually, we got the website up there right now. So if you go to ntxcmc.org right on your phone, you can do this on your phone. You don't need a tablet or smart or a computer. It's easier on the computer. So there's how you register. You just put your name, pretty easy stuff. And then when you get down to admission, there's a $30 option or a buddy option of 2 for $49. Can you see that?
Yep.
So like right there, you just click that, put your name and put the other person's name if you know that. If you don't, put somebody that you hope to come. Your son, your anybody that you know that's 18 years old or older.
Got to be 18.
Got to be 18. All right, so let's talk about the conference. The conference is April 23rd. It's at St. Francis of Assisi in Grapevine, centrally located in the Metroplex, right? So we can get everybody from Dallas, Fort Worth, and it's only 20 minutes from here. So it's in the Grapevine. It'll be in the church, and then they have a gym over there, so we'll use that as well. The whole facility is basically ours that weekend. But it's just a one-day thing. It's from 8 to 6. Okay, it starts 8 in the morning, registration 7 to 8, and then we start at 8 o'clock. We have 3 speakers lined up, right? Actually, we have 4 speakers, but the speakers are, the bishop is, we're hoping to make an appearance. If he doesn't make an appearance, we will have a recorded message from the bishop. We're not for sure 100% that he's going to make it, but we're hoping he's going to make it. He was here last year for our conference. Father Wayne Menezes will speak. He was the one you saw about crux to the matter. He's a Fathers of Mercy priest. All they do is they go around the country and they speak at conferences and retreats and things like that. This guy knows the faith. He knows everything. I mean, not everything, but he knows the theology of the church, and he's going to talk about mercy and virtue. Obviously, he's from the Fathers of Mercy. The theme of this year's conference is mercy and virtue, our faith and action. So the reason for mercy is because the Holy Father's asking us, the Holy Year of Mercy for the church. So our theme is based around mercy. How do we as Catholic men show mercy in our everyday lives versus judgment and all those kind of things? How can we show mercy in everything that we do in our lives? And then the virtue piece of it is we're going to talk about all those different virtues that we should have, like charity and chastity and feed the hungry and temperance and patience, and all those things that we strive to do that helps us bring out the mercy. That shows people that the way we live is with mercy. Does that make sense? I mean, that's what the conference is about. So that's what our speakers are all going to be talking about. Father Wade, Benny Flynn, you saw a little bit about him. He's wrote a few books about mercy. He's going to talk about the Eucharist. He also does the Divine Mercy Chaplet. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but he sings that, and that's his claim to fame. So again, mercy, everything is tied around mercy. Jared Zimmerer, which was the last guy that you saw, he actually works out at St. Francis, and he's the reason we're at St. Francis. Besides Ron Harris, one of our team members, got us connected with Jared and St. Francis, and they are very welcoming to have us at their to do a conference there. So, but Jared's going to speak. His thing, if you see this guy, he looks like a Dallas Cowboy football player. I mean, he's built, and
he is a bodybuilder.
He is a bodybuilder, but he's also a very holy young man that's going to be an up and coming Catholic speaker.
A soul builder.
That's right. And then we're also going to have Curtis Stephen. Curtis Stephen is the music director out at St. Anne's. I don't know if anybody has been out at St. Anne's. St. Anne's is like a huge city. It's like it's almost like a mega church. I mean, it's a huge Catholic church, and Curtis is a nationally known recording artist. He's recorded Catholic songs, and he's going to lead our praise and worship throughout the day. So we didn't do that last year. Last year we had music. We had piped in music and things like that. This year we're going to have more where he's actually leading us in prayer and praise and music. So that's new this year. So the conference is all day. Between the speakers, we have other activities. We do have Eucharistic adoration. We're going to have the Mass. We're going to have reconciliation. Hopefully we can get 15, 20 priests out there that we can do reconciliation as well. And just fellowship, just get to know each other. We're going to end the day with a Mass at St. Francis, and hopefully there's enough room for all of us, but Father Flynn wanted us to have the Mass with the regular congregation, and if 900 men stick around, it's going to be tight. But you'll be there first, so you'll have a seat. But
Rick, it was pretty impressive. The one I went to 2 years ago, they had all those guys going to confession.
Absolutely.
And there's one fellow there. I mean, there were people there that hadn't been in 10 years.
Right.
It was huge. It was a real great. It was just a great thing.
What you'll see at this conference is people that have been not necessarily away from the church, but really not engaged in the church, and then they see these speakers and they go, "Wow, this is this is where I want to be," and they go to confession, and we have lines of people going to confession, and it's kind of like the church experience, except it's a one day, with 700 other men. So, but it's fantastic. So. Anybody else got any other witness they want to talk about the conference? Just about the conference.
One thing is, we're not going to make money on this. Your $30 registration includes also, we're going to have a breakfast, burritos for breakfast and a lunch. So it's breakfast and lunch as well. So, you're not going to be out much of anything. And I'm going to be a part of it this year. I went the last 2 years, and one reason I'm here at this church is because I'm going to the conference, and I want to come up and see what you guys are really doing. So what we do is at lunchtime we divide up into three sections. You'll have a number. So 1/3 will go to lunch in the fellowship hall. 1/3 will be working through the confessions, and 1/3 will be in adoration in the sanctuary. And it's like an hour and a half of a holy hour, eating, fellowship, and all this kind of stuff. It's a great, real meaningful time.
Yeah, Jeff.
Since Father Larry Richards won't be there this year like he was last year, can you have a video of him doing an examination of conscience?
Yes. We could. We could do it at the congregation.
I had confession with Father Richards last year, And I mean, it's like standing in front of a fire hose. I mean, have you ever this, you know, and it's just boom, 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 boom. But I mean, I tell you, when you walk out of there, you feel clean. I mean, the fire hose.
He holds you down like in county. I met George on my way in. I parked, and George is from Dallas. I parked over by TCC, and we walked in together. And I had just come from something at school, and I got there just a little late, but I got to sit with my brethren. We walked in. I want to say he went to Guadalupe in Dallas. I forget. But he goes, oh, looking forward. He goes, oh, man, I got into it with my wife, and that's the only reason I'm here. She made me come. So we're walking, and we go across the hall, we're walking to little apartments, and I go, well, I hope you enjoy your welcome bill. You want to sit with me? So, well, I'm just going to be here to prove that I came. You know, I don't want to go home and lie to her. That's exactly so thank goodness he sat with Kevin and me. It was about 6 or 7 of us. We just started talking to him. And we did a first break, and he's got his keys in his hands. And I said, Jorge, his name's Jorge, actually. I said, well, hey, man, before you leave, man, we've enjoyed knowing you. Da, 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 blah, blah, blah. Hey, you talk about baseball. Do you know Mike, the guy that just let go, Mike Max? And Max is a Catholic. I don't think I knew that. Baseball people. That's another story. But we started talking, and for some reason, God put in my heart, and Johnny Cisneros from St. John's put baseball in our heart to start talking to this guy. He turned around and said, we're talking a little bit more about the Rangers pitching staff and so forth. And the next session started. It was the one that Larry was doing. So we all sat down. He sat down with us. Well, before you know it, he hung up for the day. And at Mass, he shook our hands with tears in his eyes. And he goes, you can ask Kristen, I did not want to be here. But what a blessing. And that's a testimony just him. It's a wonderful experience, guys, for you that have not gone yet.
So that was wonderful. That is what we need to do. We need to get guys that weren't going to go, do the buddy system, sign them up, do the $49. Don't worry about, I mean, you know, if you get the money back, whatever. Just get them here. That's what I'm asking you guys to do. Not only sign up yourself.
We sponsored some guys last year, remember? Some guys that didn't want to come, we sponsored them.
Yeah, and if they can't afford it, we can also make that happen as well. But I need you guys to go out personally, hand out cards and trifolds and just say, you know, come to the conference, sign them up, 4 or 5 people. That's what I'm asking today. I mean, you know, we have 30 guys here this morning. You know, I'm going to probably present this again before the conference a couple of times at R&D, but we need. We're not worried about making money. This is not about making money. I mean, like Ron said, we're not making any money. We've got the price where you can afford it. We've got, you know, we went to a venue. We don't have to pay for the venue, which helps. Hearst cost a little bit of money last year, but this is about what we've been talking about: the fellowship, the spreading the gospel, and getting us closer to Christ. I mean, that's all there is to it. Jeff.
Real quickly, first of all, I'm not making money. It's very un-Catholic. Second of all, let me just say, you know, we, for those of us with younger kids, I don't have them anymore. My kids keep getting older. I don't know why, but as we go through this, you know, their friends and stuff all go to Grace or all go to you know, the mega churches around here and all that stuff. When we talk about what we're doing here, what you'll find is that St. Anne's, you know, someone said, yeah, it's like one of the mega churches. That's what we're I don't want to say battling against, but that's what we're trying to accomplish for ourselves. There's a lot to be gained by being able to do those kinds of things, and this is one more step in moving us that direction as a faith community, and I'm really excited. It was so amazing last year to see all these men, and last year was my first one. I mean, and I had been to Chirp 5 years ago, but I just never made it to the conference, and last year was the first one. It was really very, very powerful. So I highly recommend that you get everyone there.
You need any help?
Sure.
Yeah. All the hands you need?
We have a great team this year. Like half the people in this room are on the team, but yes, we're going to need help, especially right before the conference, during the conference. I mean, we need greeters.
Can volunteers sign up on our website?
Yeah, you can sign up on the website, George.
Sign up as a
But
volunteer, and you get a red T-shirt as a volunteer, and,
Yep.
and all that.
and we owe George a T-shirt actually, but we do have T-shirts there. Yes, we do need volunteers. Anybody who wants to help, feel free to do that. We actually have a retreat coming up the 13th and 14th. If you're interested in going, Ron, tell us about it. Sorry to put you on the spot.
In Granbury, Texas, Episcopal Diocese has a retreat center called Camp Cruces, and I've been down there when I was an Episcopalian with men's groups and all, and it's a great retreat center. And we're going down there Friday evening, and we'll be there through about 4 o'clock or maybe 5 o'clock. The bishop's going to come down and do Mass for us at the end of it. That's an overnight stay, and it's a bunkhouse type of deal, nice one with showers and all that kind of stuff. But and we're having 3 hot meals served by the staff, and it's going to be an awesome time. The real focus on this is going to be a spiritual retreat, not so much a working retreat. We've got a lot of the stuff worked out. I mean, we got brochures, we got all kind of stuff worked out, the website and all this. But this is going to be a spiritual retreat, and so any of you who are interested, get us your email, and I can send you the directions to it and all. But they can go online and sign up.
Sign up for it online.
When you do your registration online, it's $85 because we got to pay for the meals and all that kind of stuff. So it's an $85 cost. It includes your meals and the stay and all that. And the way that you register for it is you click on donation and pay $85 donation fee, and that's going to get you registered for the conference. And then you'll have your website, email in there and everything, and I can send you follow up on it with that and send you the maps and everything to it. It's easy to get to if you know the new bypass road around Granbury. If not, going through downtown adds another half hour.
All right, that's good. That's good. Okay, thanks, Ron. Yeah.
I'm Mike.
Mike.
And I've had the pleasure of working on the finance team for the conference the last couple of years. And what has been great for me is that I've heard like Paul Mahoney and others talk about going to Oklahoma to men's conferences and things like that. Well, guys, it's 10 minutes away. I mean, we have no excuse for not attending to bring in national speakers 10 minutes away for one day. So you don't have to stay overnight. You don't have to look for a hotel. You just have to drive 10 minutes. And some of you drive a lot further than that just to come to Good Shepherd to Mass. So I'd highly encourage you to come and to bring a son or bring a friend or bring a neighbor, and it'll be a powerful experience.
Hats off to Father Richard. I talked to several men last year for the Hirschland here that I was kind of happy that they were there. They went to Father Richard and asked them. Father Richard respond, not in giant groups, but this. So that tells you what kind of leadership we have here at the parish to Father Richard and those thoughts. Any promise keepers in here? There we go. Okay, I ran into some old coaches from Hearst, and we were talking how this reminded them so much of promise keepers. Back in 1992, 92, Tom Landry died in 92, somebody helped me, whatever year that was. We had it at Texas Stadium, and we had 64,000 men along these same lines, albeit not Catholic. It was started from the head coach at Colorado, and what a wonderful thing. But what I'll never forget is that Roger Staubach got up, if y'all were there, he got up and introduced his mentors. We didn't know who it was. It was Coach Landry. And he barely made it up to the stage, and he barely spoke a little bit about his faith, getting into the Lord and so forth. And I won't say he died about a month later, but that'll always be engraved in my memory. But we're hoping that eventually this movement will be as big as
That's right.
Promise Keepers.
That's what this is. It's a Catholic promise keeper.
Exactly.
But you don't have to be Catholic to come to
No.
this.
No, you don't. That's right.
Just male.
That's right. Just have to be male or 18.
Well, these days for some people that's hard to even know. That's a whole other.
It is what it is.
Conversation.
So last weekend we promoted this at the Women's of Grace Conference, which was a huge success for us. We had a table out there. We got to talk. I've never been around so many holy women at one time. There was at least there was 200 of them, and they were, I mean, it was like being around a bunch of nuns. I mean, it was great. It was a great experience. But we were, we figured if we can get their husbands there, so that's why we spent, the whole time there. We had a lot of people come out and help. So, so hopefully we had some people from that. But, in your church group, like some of you guys are going through church now, please present this at your meetings. If you want me to come in and present it, or somebody else to come in, we'll do that. Your small faith groups, if you're in a small faith group, try to get those guys in that small faith group to come. And then the Knights of Columbus, obviously, we need to go there as well. If I'd ever go to a meeting, I may be able to present that, but just don't have time. But so anywhere you can promote us, get as many of these postcards and trifolds over here as you can, and please get signed up so we can have a little bit better planning. Last year, just to give you a perspective, we had 200 men signed up 3 weeks before the conference. The conference was February 23rd. So end of January, we had 200 people signed up. 200 people. We're in the Hearst Conference Center that holds 1,000 or 1,500 people. We had meals planned for 700, 800 people, and that we couldn't get out of. We had 200 people signed up, 3 weeks ahead of time. That's why I have gray hair today, folks. Because you cannot.
How many did you have at the conference?
We ended up having 750 people. So 550 people signed up in 3 weeks. That's why we put this buddy pricing system in. That's why we're promoting this early this year. So
doesn't have a stroke.
So I'm not as worried about it at St. Francis, but still, it'd be great if we could plan our meals and all that, a couple of months ahead of time. So.
Hey, Rick, here's one thing we're thinking. Any Church 4 in here today?
In what?
A couple of
Church
Church
4.
4.
The best.
We're going to try to do a blast. We did a little bit of it last year. We're going to do a blast to get everybody out because we still have the Church 4. And get everybody together and try to have, our goal is to have 100% of Church 4 there at this conference. That's our goal. Let's see how close we get.
That's what we'll do.
challenge you other churches. And it's real easy. Do an email back to your church group. Communicate to your church group. Hey, don't let Church 4 win again. They win everything.
All right,
come on.
You just challenged Church 5. We're
And 12.
John.
I would say on this buddy system thing, don't find a buddy in here that usually goes to something, would usually attend anyway. Make sure the buddy thing is sign up and go find somebody that wouldn't attend versus saying, well, heck, we can get a $10 cheaper price if you and I sign up together.
Or use Rick's methodology and go to their wife.
That's
And
right.
it's hard to say, you know what, you really need Steve or Bob or Bill to go to this.
Yep.
Just let them.
Be careful how you do it.
John, I need to change your name in my registration.
That's right, yes.
But it's hard to get people to go to church, right? Some of these people, this is not an overnight deal. This is a one-day deal. And they can leave at noon if they don't like it or whatever. So they have it, but they won't. They'll stay. When they hear these speakers, these are professional Catholic speakers. They're not like me. These guys know what they're doing, and they will hold their attention. And I mean, they're captivating. I mean, I can't say it.
Rick, I just want to say, really, what's the objective here? You talked about the new evangelization. What are we looking to do? We're going to take the 93% of guys that were like Matt Vaughn, who was a fire insurance Catholic for 40 plus years, and go to being a guy that I'm looking for an opportunity to talk about Jesus Christ in my life in every aspect at every time. Kind of like the Marines think about every day they're doing two things. They're making Marines or winning battles. So what are we doing? We are spreading the faith because that is what our mission is every day. So this is a thing. This is a thing that is designed to take the 93 and put them in the 7%. That's it.
Amen.
So, how many Church 4 men are here today? That's see, we already have 6 Church 5s. That's
Spare the joke.
How many Church 12s are here?
There's 6 of us.
We got you all beat. Wait a minute.
We got 6.
There should be, all of them should be here.
All right, Father Larry, are y'all going to try to
What
get
happened
out
to the
to
church floor?
send something, a message to the group? Or y'all going to
Father Larry Richards?
contact him?
I don't know. We
I
could.
bet he'd do it.
We could, yeah. So, anyway, any other questions about the conference? Are you guys all going to go sign up today, right now, or before you leave?
I signed up.
Already there. Do you have a smartphone? You can do it on your smartphone.
Who's already signed up?
Before you log off, I got something to bring in. He brought up the Women of Grace, and I can't get off of it. My wife was the one that actually brought it here to their national conference here to Texas, and we had it at St. Francis. And because of the arrangements, we wound up working with Chris and Jared and all them and getting St. Francis. When I went to the planning meeting, I said, hey, consider this as a place to go to. And they went and talked to the priest up there, and, it's open arms, come and help us happen. Well, at the conference last weekend with the women, he said it was like being around a bunch of nuns. That's only as far as they're holding it. Their spirits are alive. I mean, they're dancing around. I mean, they were a live bunch of women. And if you ever watch Johnny Bankovich, I mean, you talk about somebody, she can't hardly stand still. She just all over the place, glory to God kind of stuff. But, and they've had this Women of Grace program for adult women, which transforms women's lives. My wife is a facilitator. In fact, she's the only one in the Dallas-Fort Worth area right now until this conference. They're going to train some more now. But these women, they go deep into why a woman is like she is. They go into things. It's a DVD and studying all this for 8 weeks. And some of them can't stand it and they quit about halfway through. But those that make it through it, it transforms their lives. Well, now they've brought up one for the tweens, the young women, and up through about 17, 18 or so. And this program's been developed, and you were talking about what you've done for the men. This thing's coming out for the young women, and they've got it completely ready. And part of it's at the printers and stuff, and the ministry's having trouble financially. So I went to the Knights chapter meeting Wednesday night, and all the councils in our diocese are going to contribute and support this to help get the printing done. They've got $25,000 printing fee. They've got $5,000 paid, and they're looking for another $20,000. But this program is awesome. It's 40 weeks of really good training for these young ladies to teach them about who they are. And what my wife wrote this letter that was presented, and it's going to be on our chapter website. How many nights are here? A bunch of you. Okay. Well, I'm going to be presented Tuesday night to our meeting also for our council. But they've got behind it, and our diocese is going to support it. And then also, Priscilla's got a meeting with Marlon, who's the adult catechesis for the diocese. Marlon De La Torre, I don't know how many of you know him. But he wants to take this program diocese-wide. And so it'll be a real awesome thing. I just wanted to say that it's coming, and I think our North Texas Catholic brothers are going to make some contributions to it as well.
All right. Yes, George.
I want to thank Roger Walter for putting together this computer for Domingo. He went home sick, but you see him? Say thank you.
All right.
Hey, Rick, I think I'm hearing Ron say, Bob, Rosary and Discipleship and Donuts, well, I guess it would be RADD. We do have a rolling fund, and a lot of times someone comes up to me or Paul and asks, hey, what do you think? If everyone's okay with it, we can give $100 right now. All I need for you is to email me. Tell me what it is, what the group is, and in y'all's name. We don't have this gigantic budget, but we do have, for every now and then, we'll help is the nuns. We can do that. What y'all contribute every week is to pay for the discipleship and donuts, but every week we go over pretty much down. Matt, I don't know how we are today, but we do have a rolling fund, and that sounds like something that all of us are in tune to get our future young ladies aligned with where we think. I Yes.
I appreciate it very much. This is something, we're pouring our lives into. We really believe in this thing.
If you send me an email, tell me what it is. We'll work that out.
All right, I think we're finished. Anybody else?
I just want to make sure, it was about St. Therese, and every once I remind you, this week I did 3 of them for people in this room, asked me to do it for the relatives. This is what we do is this is the plaque that we make up and send out. We put their name on it, miraculous invocation to St. Therese for whatever the name of the person is. If they're out of town, we priority mail it to them. If they're local, I just leave the receptionist and you can take it to them, or I'll take it to them. So we've changed some lives with this. It includes a rosary that's been blessed by the Bishop of Honduras. So don't forget, if you got some, I heard this morning, 4 people I think would be deserving to get this. So all I got to have is their name, full name, and how to get it to them. And so I want to keep reminding everybody, because we've done about 200 of these now in the last 2 years, and we can't do enough of them. Some weeks I do 4 or 5, some weeks I do none. I like to do 10 or 15 every week. So.
All right, pick up your resources here. All you want, just take as many as you need. And spread the word, spread the gospel, get people
Rick,
signed up.
You know the SMG, they're having the relics this week. Yeah,
no, I did not know that.
Yeah, St. Mary Grady's relics are coming to SMG this week.
I thought they canceled that.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, disregard.
Yeah. Now there is St. Marie Goretti is going to be at St. Monica's on November 4th.
That's okay.
Her body will be there.
Right.
She is there. So
You're talking about St. Monica.
At St. Monica, St. Marie Goretti, yes. But the relics at St. Marie Goretti Parish were canceled.
Canceled, okay.
Yes, it's St. Marie Goretti at St. Monica.
Okay, thanks for that.
All right, Jess going to lead us in closing prayer. Remember your homework and everything that was talked about today. You can all stand and in circle. Grab a hand.
Name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Father in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity to gather together. We thank you for listening to all of our petitions that we mentioned prior to our rosary today. We ask that you keep all of our families in your thoughts and in our prayers. We ask for your graciousness on all those family members on All Souls Day that we have known in the past and will know in the future. We ask all hearts of men in this community area to open up their hearts to attend the Catholic Men's Conference. And we thank you for all of your help in guiding us to receive your Spirit and follow the instructions of your Son. In your name we pray, our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Amen.